right, back out here on the mill, up on the mill. Our only pine log we've got, white pine. We're going to be doing a little bit of a shed project later on, probably out in the spring or summer. A little lean-to built off the side of our woodshed over here is the plan anyway. So we're gonna cut this up in just some 4/4 boards, probably 1x12s, 1x10s, depending on what the cant comes out to be. It's a decent sized log. What we're going to try today is a different wood miser blade we've never tried before. We've used 9 degrees and 7-degree blades. We have a 4. We're going to give that a shot. Does have some knots in pine does. We're going to use this. Supposedly it goes through the knots real well without any blade dip, so that's what we're looking for. Yeah, a definite difference in the angle here. This is almost square, almost perpendicular to the blade itself, but that's the 4-degree they're talking about. Not a very deep gullet, so I'm assuming it's going to leave a lot of dust in the cut, but we'll see. But this is fresh, brand new. We bought a box of 5 of them just to give it a shot, and I know these, from what I understand, will work real well in spruce, because those knots are real hard and they're a pain to work with. But that's kind of a close-up shot of the blade there. I should have the 7-degree blade out here so we could see the difference, but it's like I said, this is almost straight up and down here on the face. I don't know how this mill's going to run with it. I didn't check on horsepower ratings for this blade, but it was suggested I give them a try, so I'll give everything a try once. Almost everything a try once. All right, following the pine, we've got these. I think they're some kind of soft maple. I'm not even sure. Someone just dropped them off here. I know they're maple and they're not hard maple, so they're soft maple. A couple of 9-footers here. They're going to need about 7.5 foot of this. What we're cutting out of these 3 logs is 10x10s, and whatever jacket boards come off the outside. So these 2 won't be too bad. They're about 9 feet long. This one here, 14.5, almost 15 feet. And we're just going to cut the 4x4s. They'll cut them the length, or sorry, 4x4s, 10x10s, and they'll cut them the length. Another thing they need for this same project is some 8x10s as well. But they'll be bringing those logs over later on for those. That's the plan for today. Hopefully we can get all these done. We have a couple other things we have to attend to today, and it's going to be raining tomorrow, so let's go ahead and get started. Well, we'll get some measurements on this white pine that's up here. Okay, on the big end, or the butt end of this one, 22 inches with the bark. Trying to keep my tape out of that sap. I don't know if it's still sticky, but I'd rather not have it all over my tape measure. And this is the first time I'm actually measuring this thing. Small end 18, so we got 4 inches of taper. And what we're going to do with this, like we always do with most logs, is center the pith, or level the pith, and go from there. That usually gives you your best yield out of a log, to do it that way. You have a lot less waste with them when you do it like that. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll get to sawing. See how this 4-degree blade works.
next log.
All right, not a bad yield. We got 11 1x12s and 5 1x8s. Really nice pine. And I'll tell you what, that 4-degree blade, awesome. No dip in the knots. We're able to run plenty fast without any issue. And the cut did stay clear for the most part of sawdust, a lot better than normal. Biggest trick to that is run fast, or as fast as your motor will allow. I don't care about all this little frayed stuff on here. It's no big deal. To me, some guys worry about it. To me, it's no big deal. But that's a trick to getting clear cuts with very little sawdust is, one, use a vortex blade. Wood-Mizer makes a vortex blade, cleans the sawdust right out of the cut. Two, run as fast as you can, without killing the engine, of course. You got to listen to your engine. The engine talks to you, says, give me more or give me less. Just got to listen. When you start loading that up, you hit that governor, you're right where you need to be. But you're never at one setting on that dial. You're, as Marty Parsons out at PA Wood-Mizer told me, you're surfing that dial. You're surfing that speed. You can't just sit at one speed. It doesn't work. Density changes, especially in pine. You got super soft and spruce, super soft wood, and the knots hard as aluminum. So you got to surf that speed. If you're coming up with a knot on any log, back your speed down a little bit. That'll take the dip out or reduce it a lot. We are on our way to the offsite mill once again with the F250 7.3 Power Stroke and a couple of big walnut logs on the left. 45-inch wide crotch on this English walnut, about 30 inches on the butt end. Black walnut on the right here, 30 inches on the butt end, and the crotch is about the same. It's not a very wide crotch on it. They did cut it back pretty hard. It's actually a double crotch, like right next to each other. So we chose that one as to be the one we're going to cut across, or that it's going to get cut across. You see we have them marked. The lines are just directional to let the sawyer know how we want them cut. And then of course the 2.5, 10/4, that's how thick we want them cut. The black walnut is not ours. The English walnut is. Unfortunately, the black walnut belongs to somebody else. But I'm going to take it out and get done with it. According to the tree service that took this down, the lumber mill rejected this one, this black walnut. They took this upper piece right here, I think. Apparently that was nice and straight. But that's why they rejected it. They detected metal in it in 2 spots. And if you look at the butt end of this log, you can see you have the darker staining there. So it does have metal in it somewhere. I did tell him if they hit metal, it's so much per blade. And whatever the sawyer charges for a blade. I think it's 45 a blade. So a little more expensive considering the size of the blade. That's understandable. We're going to go ahead and take these out today. It's going to be a few weeks before we get these back. But if you've checked our past videos, we went out twice to the sawmill to get some other ones slabbed up. 2 more going out. So let's go ahead and get started. Get rolling down the road. Let me check. Make sure she's not squatting real hard here. Nah. Sitting pretty level. I got to get some airbags on the back of this. Right now it's got F350 springs on it, so rides great when it's loaded. It rides a little rough when it's empty. But the trailer's doing a great job. Deck's getting a little marked up, but that's what happens with trailers. Otherwise, it's working great. All right, let's go ahead and get on the road. Well, that's cool. What? You're in the way. That's pretty cool. Talking about that one. Cool. It's like a maple slice on there. Everybody needs one of these in their shop. Take a look at what we got on the wall. Selling slabs right off the wall. It's like a walnut. English walnut, I think. It's lighter. And then you got this beast right here. This is probably about 12 feet long. Ambrosia maple. That's a nice one there. Like a red maple. That's some nice spalting in it. The one behind it looks even better. The match. You got some smaller chunks down here. Just a lot of figure on those. Probably from I don't know what they're from. Another ash, I think. Nice, and then you get some smaller black walnuts, but we just caught them at the tail end. All right, down there on the floor, it just came off of there, I guess. Like another maple. Underneath that, I think it's a red maple. The thing's 5 feet wide. It's one slab. It's a beast. Yeah, look at underneath here. That's one slab. That's not a glue up, guys. That's cool. Should have brought a tape measure, but that's got to be all of 5 feet wide. This looks like the other half of that one over on the other side is broke off. Nice stuff. Got some more English walnut over here. Hey, we found out that our one we brought over here is not English walnut, it's butternut. We were mistaken. Yeah, this looks like the sister slab next to this one. Still up on the wall. No, that's a glue up, my mistake. That's a book mat. Nice stuff. Quick look at the slabber mill in action. Yes, it's manual push through. All right, back on our logs. Just were informed, and I feel kind of foolish on this one. What we were cutting before was English walnut. Of course, this is black walnut. And then our other one is butternut. I misidentified this tree, and I should know better too, because if you notice, there's no real dark heartwood in here. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's a butternut. So, well, we get some butternut slabs on the mill. Cool. We don't have any of those, never had any of those. But we got some on the way now. All right, can't get close to the mill, guys. We got to stay back, but still in the design phase or building phase of the other mill he wants, or the other mill he's getting. We thought he was going to sell this one, but he's not going to sell it. He's going to keep it, calling it a hardware mill. To get trees in with metal in them, he's going to cut them on this before wrecking. He's saying the blades on the other mill will be about $100 a piece. But you can see that's all manual, and that's a lot of work. All right, some of the logs he's got sitting here waiting. Ash, and looks like a sycamore. The log pile got smaller, that's for sure. Whole mixture of logs over here: white oak, sycamore, cherry. Wow, it's like an ash. Yeah, that's an ash there with all the bark missing off of it. Over here on Deb's side, what do we got on Deb's side?
Walnut?
Some other walnut.
I know this one's a walnut. That's big. A lot of crotches on that. That one I think might be a maple.
All right, so the word from Lloyd is 2 weeks, possibly. He'd like to get it. I'd ask him 2 or 3 weeks. I wasn't putting the rush on him. he said, oh no, I'd like to get them out before then. So I figure we'll get a call in about a week or so. I'm thinking about it 3 weeks here into Christmas. I guess we'll get a call in about a week or so. And we'll be heading back out here. Hopefully we don't have any nasty weather, because winter is here. You never know when the snow's going to come. So, and of course, when we do that, we'll be sure to give you guys a look at what's in those. We're not going to look at the black walnut. We're just going to load that up on the customer's trailer and let him take that home. Let him do all the stacking and sticker on that. He has a machine at home he can do that with. So it's coming. Lloyd also informed us that he mills as long as the weather's nice, and once winter sets in and it's all frozen and there's snow all over everything, he shuts down the outdoor mill operations, the slabbing operations, and goes indoors. He's got plenty of inventory to bring in, flatten, sand, and yeah, if you look around the back end of the log yard, which we did not today, there are mountains of stuff slabbed, waiting to air dry down to 20%. Then he kiln dries, and he has a bunch of dry storage like we talked about before. So nice operation out there. Got a little shot of the flattener running. That's a cutter head on there and a sanding head, so that's pretty nice. Those slabs along the wall, that's where they sell them, right off the wall, right there. That ambrosia looked nice. He has one outside. It's a silver or red maple that shows, that thing's all of almost 5 feet across. Still stacked up, but he showed me some of the trim pieces off of it, and they're loaded with ambrosia, so he's got some beautiful slabs there. I don't know if they're his. Oh no, he cut those for somebody else, he said. So yeah, that's going to be a nice little stack of slabs for sure. So. But hopefully you enjoyed looking around there. We'll try to get another look when we go back out, depending on what's going on that day. And at least we got some footage of the mill running this time. Okay, that'll wrap it up here for another one at the Iron and Oak Sawmill. Some beautiful 1x12 pine boards for our next shed project coming up. And hey, a good look at the slab operations out there at New Swanger Sawmill. That's some beautiful stuff out there. We can't wait to get our logs back and get a look at what they look like. As always, Deb and I would like to thank everybody for the support of the channel. You all make this possible, and we have reached 18,700 subscribers, and it's taking this channel further than we ever thought possible. It's growing into quite the little community. We'll have you to thank for that. We have set a goal to reach 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're really hoping we can get there, and we hope you folks will help us out. They're out there watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's 95% of the folks watching the channel are not subscribed. It's free, folks. Hit the subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and pick all. You'll get a notification every time I drop a video here on YouTube, and you won't miss out on any of the action here at the Iron and Oak Sawmill. While you're at it, smash that like button and check down in the description for the Iron and Oak Sawmill t-shirt link. You can go right to the manufacturer, order those up. There's no waiting for so many to be ordered up and then they make them. It's you order one, you get one. No problem there. As always, if you have any questions about what we're doing here at the mill, any of the tools we're using, the sawing methods, whatever, be sure to put it down in the comments section. We're glad to help you out. And as always, we'd like to thank everybody for stopping out, and we'll see you at our next time.